Hey, what's up guys? I'm Praetorian.
And Jynx here.
And welcome to War Hospital on the PlayStation 5. So this is a strategy game that just released this week. It is $39.99 on the PlayStation Store. And it's releasing on Steam and the Xbox consoles as well. Now this is a game that takes place in World War I. However, it's a lot different than typical wartime games in the fact that you're not fighting the war. You know, as the title would indicate, we're a war hospital. So we're trying to heal the injured soldiers and get them back onto the front or get them home. So very interesting premise. I don't think I've ever played a game quite like this before. So we're going to hop into a new game here. I played a little bit, but not much. Like just part of the tutorial. So we're kind of going into this blind a bit. And there's going to be a little cutscene here, kind of introduce you to the main character.
My dear son, I was unable to stop the events that led to the fact that today I am going to the front and you are no longer there. You cannot imagine how much pain I carry in my heart. With your death, I question the sense of my continued existence.
This must be some kind of joke.
But fate throws me to a place where I might be able to save your colleagues and many others.
Hello, sir. My name is Grissing, the head doctor of this hospital. If I may speak freely, sir, we expected more than just an officer's rank to support our current situation. The Hun could break through our lines at any moment now.
Head Doctor, mind your tongue. This is our new commander in charge. Sir, I'm delighted that someone with your experience is joining us. I recall your work in London very well.
Praveen Kumar, head engineer. If you want something done, you should come to me, sir.
Major Henry, as you all know, I was directed here to manage this hospital. I will count on your professionalism, regardless of your private opinions about me.
If I may, sir, we have wounded that are already waiting in Casualty Clearing Station. We should tend to them first.
Agreed. We should not let them wait any longer.
To start, decisions must be made about their fate, sir. Their files are already waiting for you in Casualty Clearing Station.
Alright, so I hope you guys didn't mind my camera work. Moving around, show you guys the little town here. So we need to assign patients to the Casualty Clearing Stations. Let's go and zoom out real quick. Yeah, you can move around the map. And if I'm going to be looking at this, might just want to pause this here. I really like the controls. I think they did a solid job adapting the game to the console controller. We're seeing this more and more. I almost want to stop mentioning it because these strategy games keep doing a pretty good job. You know, putting them on the game controller. I just want to show you guys the whole map here.
It could use some work around here.
It's a little bit of a mess. But yeah, I know that's something that we often have asked on these console series is how does it play? And it's really good, guys. So far, I think it's been solid. I haven't played that much, but I've played enough to feel like it's pretty good. And this is just one example. You hold the triangle, and then you just press the direction to decide what speed you want. It's actually pretty smooth. A lot of these type of games require you to like go all the way through the speeds. You know, so like you're trying to pause it, and then you got to like speed it up or whatever first, or vice versa or whatever. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the assigning of the patients here. And so we have one patient here in the surgery ward. We can take a look at that patient. You can inspect him. It's got some information on them. The operation difficulty, chances of failure, which are certain. So
Do we have to do surgery?
we don't do the surgery. We're kind of like at a top level.
We're just managing.
And making top decisions and, yeah, managing and stuff like that. No chance of complication or simplification. You can see all the information about the patient, their rank, unit, when they joined, and some information about them personally to really make you feel for these characters.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So we're going to assign this patient. Oops. That's going to keep hopping up because it acts like I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Very well, sir. Now that decision was taken, we can start operating on these patients.
Okay, assign the patient to that surgeon, and then I don't know if I need to wait for it to pop up, but we need to assign a medic here. And so these are the current medics that we have available. They're teams, because, you know, they're going to be carrying the patients. And so teams of 2. So this first team here, we have Jermaine Price and Damian Cole. And so we're going to assign, because I don't think it matters. I don't think they have any stats or anything like that.
You don't. You just throw the people on there.
With these ones, they don't. Like other characters, like the surgeons might. I think they do. But they have some stuff about them. But I don't think the medics or the nurses or engineers do. So we're going to assign one of these medics to the casualty clearing station. And then we're going to go and assign another one over to the cemetery, since we already know that they're going to ask us that here. They're going to have us do that here in a little bit. We're also going to assign these nurses. We're going to assign one to the operating ward. And you can see what these give you down at the bottom. You know, like for the casualty clearing station, the patient's state will be improved if we add a nurse over here.
The text is a bit small on the TV.
Yeah, a little. Yeah. Her name is Eva Larson. We can assign her to the operating ward, which will improve the operation effectiveness by 19%. So we're going to do that. And then the other nurse, Scarlett Stewart, we're going to assign her to the rehabilitation center. I feel like you should have the older nurse in the operating ward. I just feel like she's going to have more experience, more wisdom.
Yeah. Scarlett might be more encouraging to help people. Like walk again.
And then the engineers, we can't do that just yet. Yeah, you have engineers and scouts and all that kind of good stuff too.
Sir, medics are on the way.
All right, and so we'll see them leaving where our crew lives, is in the staff lodging. So they live here, and you'll see them all go into their assignments now.
They're so fast.
They're running. This is serious, Jinx.
It is serious.
Lives are on the line.
I'm going into this completely blind. I didn't even know what we were playing. I was showering, washing bacon out of my hair, practicing my comedy special. And then I was like, I'm ready. What are we playing? Like War Hospital.
And Jinx is like, that
sounds serious.
Serious. Well, Jinx hasn't been in a video in a while. It's been, because we went on vacation. And then we haven't done one since we came back because she was sick.
Yeah.
Jinx had a nasty cough.
I was coughing the whole vacation too.
It wasn't that bad on the vacation. It didn't get really bad until we got back.
Well, New York.
Yeah. New York was the last place we were at. We went on vacation to Europe. And we came back through New York, so we stayed there a couple days.
Sir, I'm afraid that one of our patients died during the operation.
How did it happen? Was it a mistake or an oversight?
No, sir. It was just bad luck. The patient was too weak to survive the operation, and we could do nothing more to save him. Maybe with better equipment we could do something, but the sad reality is that we cannot save them all.
I understand. Then we need to prepare his body to be buried. According to directives from HQ, all deceased are to be buried in place. Too many bodies to transport home, I'm afraid.
So we've already assigned the medics to the cemetery, so they're already taking care of that for us.
Don't start us out with a loss. Goodness.
Yeah, that's how they're starting us out here, guys. We've already lost a patient. And so part of the problem is we didn't have enough surgical supplies.
We're out of supplies.
So yeah, we need to get some, and a few different ways to do that. The first way they want us to do it is to go to the train station and just straight up order these. So let's go ahead and do that. The train arrives, as you can see down at the bottom, in 41 seconds. Or I don't know if that's 41 minutes. It could be 41 minutes in the game. I don't know. We'll watch to see if it's counting down. Maybe the seconds are the minutes. I don't know. But they want us to order 40 of the surgical supplies. It says it's going to take 4 hours.
16 papers. That's cheap.
Well, it was all the papers we had, so...
Oh.
Oh, no, we got 10. Alright, so yeah, it's costly. And so we should try and produce our own by building a pharmacy, Jynx.
Alright, I can manage that.
If you didn't know, Jynx works in a pharmacy. And so we need to...
We too don't have supplies. Your medication's on back order, I'm sorry.
So we need to send these engineers here. And if we assign both of them, then it goes faster, slightly faster. Does make them tired though, so I don't know that we want to assign both. We'll just wait a little bit longer to get it done. So the engineer will start heading over there and get that constructed for us.
He's just gonna put together that rubble.
Let me make sure that I did in fact assign him. I did not. My bad, I didn't press square. Alright, so now we got the engineer over there. And so you'll see them run over here and start, yeah, constructing in the rubble.
Well, we got a door.
Well, that's the rubble that was there.
I know, but I feel like, you know, it's a good start. It's got good bones.
I don't think he's just going to rebuild the building. I'm not sure. I want to say he's building something new.
Sir, engineers reached the construction site.
I think he's just going to rebuild it.
I don't think he moves from that location, by the way. I think he just somehow stands in that one spot and constructs an entire building that way.
He's magic.
I don't think there's any progress with it either. Like it doesn't. I don't think it like slowly builds up as some games do.
Happens.
Yeah, I think it just kind of happens. We've got a pony.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm. I just might have seen the cows as well as I was dipping around the map.
We're gonna
earlier.
eat those.
There are milk cows, Jynx.
Even eat the pony.
There are milk cows.
We're gonna get hungry. Oh, is that a wounded soldier? I mean, he's running. He can't be
probably
that bad.
not. Yeah. I don't think we get any more wounded just yet. This is the tutorial, guys. So it's just gonna kind of slowly walk us through it. Might want to speed it up while they do build the pharmacy. Never mind, they've already got it constructed here. So we'll go ahead and put it back on normal speed. And so now we need to produce 15 surgical supplies in our pharmacy.
I feel like maybe they don't know what pharmacies do.
New patients have arrived as well, so we're gonna have to take care of that. So a lot of stuff happening now, but let's just do one thing at a time. Let's go into our pharmacy.
We're not manufacturers.
No. And we don't want the resting one. We'll take Odin Wheeler since he didn't do anything. We're gonna put him in the pharmacy to construct the surgical supplies or bandages or whatever that is.
He's cutting up sheets,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess we could do that.
And next we got to deal with the 2 patients that we have here. We need to get them assigned, get them taken care of. So we can inspect these 2 patients. So this guy's name is Rose. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that last name.
Olan Riwayu.
And he has no children. He's a former painter.
Okay.
He dreams about being the first soldier. No, he dreams about the first soldier he killed with his bayonet. Okay, so not good dreams. It's a demanding operation. No chance of failure, though.
What is the symbol?
I'm not
for
entirely
the
sure.
diagnosis?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the symbols are yet.
wound?
Maybe. That would make sense. It looks like a gunshot wound. Yeah, probably a gunshot wound. And then we also have Song or Sung. And it's a demanding operation as well. No chance of failure or complication, but there's a certain chance of simplification. I think that's where they're going to teach us how the simplification works. So let's go ahead and assign both of these patients to our doctor, our surgeon here.
He doesn't have enough medicine.
He doesn't have enough medicine.
Neither does the pharmacy.
Well, we're still waiting for the train to deliver.
Oh, the train just left.
Our goodies. Well, it said it was going to be 4 hours.
Sir, engineers reached the pharmacy.
The engineers have reached the pharmacy.
Yeah, so he's going to start producing those goods that we need. So yeah, you can see he produced a new build engines.
He took down the door.
Yeah.
Should have kept the door. It was a nice touch.
Yeah, Jynx works in a pharmacy. She's a pharmacy operations manager.
Yep. I order the stuff.
And manage all the techs.
And manage the techs.
And do what the techs do as well, you know.
Everything for the pharmacist.
Yeah. She knows all about pharmacies.
Been doing it long enough.
I've never worked in a pharmacy myself. I did work in a hospital. Worked in a children's hospital. I was security though, so I did not do medical stuff. The most I did was like assist, like holding down patients that were being wily. But that's pretty much it. That's the extent of my medical experience outside of the Army. Now in the Army I did all kinds of stuff. I was a combat lifesaver. And so I did IVs was the main thing I did. Give people IVs and they all fall out of a road march or whatever. Do that and little boo-boos and stuff.
Put Band-Aids on there.
Yeah, little stuff. Yeah, you carried a little bag, which you get a little bag with, you know, medical supplies. Clean a wound or whatever. Little wounds. Nothing serious. We did have one serious injury while I was in. A real serious injury. It was bad. But I didn't do anything. I didn't know what to do. Because we're trained for that. Luckily, there was a real medic that was there that was able to take care of it. He got there within, like, I don't know, 15 seconds. Wasn't much I could do in that particular instance. But yeah, that's the extent of our medical training, guys. We are not medical professionals.
I am a medical professional.
Well, I mean, you're a pharmacy, I guess. In a pharmacy.
I get those discounts.
Alright, so did they finish? No, okay. They've got one in surgery right now. Although that one might be done already. Yep. So the one that went to surgery is done, is now being moved to rehabilitation, where we've already moved a nurse to. If we hadn't done that, then they would tell us we'd need to assign a nurse there. You see the canteen is producing food, by the way.
Who works in the canteen? Just somebody?
A cook, I guess. And it's supposed to say how much food you have down the bottom, but I'm not seeing it. It never really says how much food you have there.
Yeah, I don't see the food.
Anyway, so now we have one in the rehabilitation center. And so when you go to the rehabilitation center, you can see how long it's going to take. It's going to be 7 hours and 15 minutes.
Until they're good enough to go back.
Yeah, basically. Right back to the front. You don't even get a full day of rest.
Just a few hours.
Now you notice we're starting here on June 6th, which in World War II, that was D-Day, June 6, 1944. But we are not in World War II, we're in World War I, which I think is a theater, you know, conflict that isn't explored as much as the second one. And they could have done this with either game, or with either war, I mean. So I'm glad they did it with World War I. We need more games that take place in the First World War. So we actually have our first little decision here with this patient. Do you want to read what Milo has to say?
Sir, it seems that the patient's body was able to fight off the infection on its own. Closing the wound should be enough to help the patient recover.
Milo looks like more like a butcher.
Oh, that's it.
That's him.
That's a person?
Yeah, he's one of those rough ones that you're afraid he's going to start hacking your limbs off.
Yeah.
So just take a look at him. He sees and appreciates the progress that has been made in medicine since the Boer Wars. Okay, well, don't judge a book by its cover, guys.
I mean, you know, you can't do this for long term without it getting to you. Making you a little weird.
And this is the patient. And you can see that we encountered that simplification during the procedure. So we have two choices. We can do the procedure by the book, which will result in a shorter rehabilitation. Or we can allow for only closing the wounds, which will be a decreased cost in those surgical supplies.
Do the right thing.
I feel like, well, he said that the infection's been fought off on its own. And so I feel like this is something you want to do if you have a lot of patients rehabilitating. You need to clear it out. I think in this case, we're a little bit shorter on supplies, so we should allow for only closing the wounds.
Just trying to cut costs.
It's not cutting costs, Jinx. This is not about costs.
That's what it said. It said you're cutting costs.
This is about managing your supplies. One day we're going to be short on supplies, and it's not that you're not giving this patient what they need, because they'll survive. You got to consider about the next patient. What happens when the next patient comes in? You don't have enough supplies for them. Now you notice that there's a little meter up there at the top.
Was successful.
And patients went through operations, so we're good to go there. We noticed that little meter at the top between ruthless and humanitarian. And so when that one patient died, we got the ruthless, and when the two patients made it through surgery, we got the humanitarian. I wonder if that'll be used for a bit more, because I don't really think it's ruthless just because your patient died.
Yeah.
Well,
we didn't even get a chance to save them. The tutorial said no.
So yeah, I don't really know how that's going to play into it, but yeah, that's the little meter up there. All right, so we completed all our objectives for right now. And so now we're going to get some more patients.
Sir, new patient arrived.
And so there would be a lot more stuff they'd be telling us to do in this tutorial, but we've kind of already done some of that. Like assigning the nurse to the rehabilitation center. Alright, so group of wounded just arrived to casualty clearing station. We've got to heal them.
Heal them.
Alright, so there's 4 of them actually. So this is the furthest that I got. I didn't do this part. The Jinx got out of the shower and so started recording. So this rest marker, apparently this is something we need to assign so their doctors can get enough rest, because if they don't, they'll collapse and can't work until they regain all their energy, resulting in a much longer resting time. So we need to make sure to use rest markers when you have a lot of patients assigned. Okay, so just looking at our patients, not a lot of different pictures it seems, because we've already seen this picture. It's a tiring operation. I guess that'd result in our doctor getting more tired than normal. This is an exhausting operation. Oh, geez. His 3 brothers died at the front. We have to save them.
We gotta save that guy.
I mean, you want to save all of them, obviously, but he already lost 3 brothers. He's looking for his brother at the front. He's a former janitor. And then our last one here. He's a street trader and heady pickpocket. He's a street snatcher.
Like these are information that we don't really need to know.
You don't need to know, and you probably shouldn't be looking at it because you're gonna like decide who you should prioritize based off of the little things that you're reading there.
They're just soldiers. Who do you think you can save?
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure what is that the difficulty or something? The little number underneath or is that how many supplies? That's how many supplies it takes, I think. So 6, 6, 4, and 4. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, we have nobody else.
Set rest.
So we'd have to assign all these guys. And he'd be collapsed at the period that he finished that last one. So you have to set the rest. Maybe like after they exhausted.
Yeah.
And then he'd result in him being extremely exhausted at the end, but he wouldn't collapse. Okay, so that'll work. I don't know if it matters how we prioritized those patients. Yeah, might have looked at it a little bit closer.
Die.
Well, you can put a nurse in here, in the casualty clearing station, so that they last longer in there. Oh, it's not raining anymore.
Do we have extra people?
Well, I don't think so. I can take a look, but I feel like we've only have the 2 nurses. Yeah. And we have a medic available, but that's just for moving. So we could put another medic here, I suppose, just for now, but we don't have any available nurses, and I think we should keep one in the operating room, and you have to have one in the rehabilitation center. Could put an engineer in there so you get those medical supplies built a little bit faster. But yeah, there's not really much we can do
Medics are
here.
on the way.
But with that, they'll be able to move these a little bit quicker. If we have like 2 teams moving them into the operating ward. So yeah, we'll do that.
It's funny, when I first joined the army, the first job that I picked was the operating room specialist. So that was going to be my job, but then I wanted to move out earlier.
They picked a different job.
So I picked a different one.
Jinx went
That's how
into
we met.
Jinx went into military intel, and I was reclassing out of artillery, which is what I was for the majority of the time I was in the army.
Sir, operation was
Blew stuff up. Oh, that treatment was already successful. Anyways, and then I was reclassing into military intel. That's where I met Jinx. Because at that time, Jinx could not have been in artillery, because that is a combat arms, and women were not allowed in combat arms. That has changed since then. Women can join combat arms now.
I mean, there was a lot of things that I picked that they were like, no.
You can't do that.
It's like, I want to, work with the explosives. Like, no, we can't be having ladies get blown up. Like, that should be my decision.
So they're saying there's no more space in the warehouse for these supplies here. So that's for the freight. Is that for like moving stuff? When we order things?
I guess.
I mean, that's just what my guess would be. And you can improve things using our papers. I haven't started messing with this at all yet because the tutorial hasn't told us to. So I don't know if I'm going to need those papers for anything else.
There's where it said how much food we had.
Where?
And that menu with all the things.
In here?
There.
Yeah, that's in here, but it was on the bottom when I was playing before. We're at 155 of 160. That's the most we can have right now. I think it's okay to be stacked up on the freight for now, guys. Let's save our papers. Because I don't know if we're going to need that for anything yet. Let's just go ahead and fast forward a bit. I think on the rest of our supplies we're doing pretty good as of right now. Everything that we need. We're using freight for something because it just went down to 988. Oh, we have
Is that what we use to make things in the pharmacy?
Oh no, we have patients waiting for a decision in the rehabilitation center. Let me just take a look, see what's going on in here. Do you have to like... Oh, waiting for a decision. Let's see. Is this where you determine whether you send them to the trenches, send them to HQ, or release from duty? Oh, we have those type of authorities, huh? So we decide whether or not they go back to the trenches.
He can go back.
Is there anything to indicate that he shouldn't go back?
No.
Just looking here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything. He got his operation. Yeah, he seems good to go. I'm not sure what that little meter on the combat thing is, you know, where it has the chevrons. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I guess we'd send him to the trenches, right? Yeah, let's send him to the trenches. Because I believe that's an important element of the game later. They haven't really revealed that to us at all. So they gave us that decision without really any context. But apparently that's important later on. Like if we don't have enough troops in the trenches, and it'll cause issues. Like if we're sending too many of them home. Or sending too many of them to HQ. I don't know what the effects of all those are, honestly. They really should have walked us through that a little bit.
Guess we'll find out.
Okay, we're working on getting these patients healed. There's nobody currently in the operating room now. In the operating ward. Probably because our doctor is resting. I think that's what's going on right now. We got him on that rest. He's on a long rest. So 4 hours and 17 minutes.
That last guy's not gonna make it.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially with us not having a nurse there. I suppose you could switch the nurse while he's resting.
True.
Yeah, let's do that. Just to make sure that you're keeping them alive. And she's not doing anything over here anyway. So let's move her to the casualty clearing station. To try and keep...
Sir, nurses are on the way.
Keep these guys alive. Somebody needs to be taking care of them, right?
Yeah, give him some water.
So yeah, she'll go over there.
Talk to him.
We need another nurse. I don't know what you do in the staff lodging. Can you hire anybody in here? Let's just take a look here. Yeah, I'm not seeing where you hire. We're just gonna have to let them walk us through it, guys. Tutorial. So she'll head over there and keep these guys alive while the doctor rests up.
Sir, nurses reached the casualty clearing station.
And so yeah, now we can look at it. No, we want to look at it here. And go to the nurses. And you can see that the patient's state has been improved by 10%.
Nice.
And giving our patients good care. As far as when he comes back, I just keep clicking the wrong button here. So 3 hours from now. So basically like 2:30
in the morning. He needs a nap.
Yeah, he's getting a nap. And so we got those two in the rehabilitation center still. Oh, okay. Did they stay up in here? I was thinking they were all in the tent. But yeah, maybe some are in that building here.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, when you hover over the tent, that lights up
connected.
as well. Yeah, so they're connected.
It's not even the building with the little chimneys.
Well, I mean, there might just be citizens living there. We don't know. The town's been evacuated.
The doctor is starting a new shift.
I have no idea what she just said.
I think she said the doctor's starting a new shift.
Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and move.
Or everyone's starting a new shift. I don't know.
Dispatch from HQ, sir.
Okay, so let me just...
Multiple casualties. The 36th Division is in retreat.
Oh my, that is terrible news.
Another bunch of those poor bastards will be here soon. I'll better check our stocks.
What about the hospital? Are we to evacuate the facility?
No, sir. HQ gives us no such orders, sir. In fact, there were no orders for us.
Okay, so I do want to change up the nurse assignment. Because we only have one in the casualty clearing station, though. I expect we're going to get more with that those orders on the front. Probably see more injured.
There are no orders.
No orders for us.
We're on our own.
Nobody cares what we do. Alright, so we've gotten 2 of the 4 patients healed. One's in surgery right now, and the medics are going to get the other one.
We didn't get more people, did we?
Nope. Not yet. Not yet. So got the 3 in the rehabilitation center. So let's just go ahead and go back up to this speed.
Operation was successful.
Excellent. Another successful operation, Jinx. We're saving lives.
You're doing great.
Keeping our doctor from getting overexhausted. He will need some rest time before we're able to handle anybody else. So let's hope that we have a bit of downtime.
No.
So 4 in the rehabilitation center now.
We're gonna get 6 next.
Well, I mean, what is all that?
Who are these guys?
Are those all injured?
They look well enough.
I mean, some of them aren't even moving their
That's
legs,
true.
Jinx. We got a trophy, no rest for the exhausted. Successfully finished operation with the doctor close to collapse without him collapsing.
Oh, nice.
Alright, so good job. Now you know how to go through the process of healing.
Way to go, Milo.
Oh, denying patients. Sometimes patients cannot be healed and should be denied operation. Enter the casualty clearing station, go to the assignment's patient's view, because we just got too many, Jinx. Look at all those. There's no way we can heal all those. Look at that.
They're walking.
Stacked up.
Look at them, they're fine.
Well, no, those are the ones that are bringing the injured, I think.
Oh, I see.
So let's go inside and take a look.
Oh, geez.
So do you want to read this one for us?
A waiting patient is in a terminal state. The operation is costly, time-consuming, and the chances of success are extremely low. In those cases, it's better to deny the patient. That way, you'll lose less morale and will be able to save other patients.
So yeah, when you lose a patient on the operating table, I think that affects your morale. That's what they're talking about there. So we have some in good condition. Oh, that guy's getting shot. Does that mean he's been shot 3 times?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Because I'm seeing the 3 bullet holes here. Let me just inspect.
Jeez.
It's an exhausting operation. Certain chance of failure. Is this the guy?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it.
Alright, well, so these guys are... I mean, he's in a good condition, though, but I think it's the time is the problem. And yeah, the difficulty. So you could save him. They are just not able to. Okay, I get it. I hate how the thing pops up when I'm clearly like, still looking at stuff. This one is stable. So since this guy was shot twice, perhaps once by a bigger bullet. He's stable. It's also a demanding operation. But clearly this is the one they want us to die because it just takes so long. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna... I think we have to switch to deny. No, that's not how you do it. Do we select them and then deny them? Let me see. Oh, there we go. To the denied. You might just will press triangle as well. Yeah. So that concludes healing patients basics. I don't feel like I did a good job. I feel terrible. Alright, so as far as how we should prioritize this, I think we should do like the ones that are quickest first.
Probably.
Like these 2-hour ones. Well, there's also the one thing to consider that I didn't do last time is how exhausting the operation is.
Yeah.
You know, the number of stars there. And the chances of failure. Like, that's a high chance of failure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess a lot of these have high chances of failures.
Could be complications because it's all uncertain.
This is an uncomplicated operation, though. So let's assign this patient first. And let me just take a look at these other ones. I don't know that he'll be able to handle all these. Oh, this is a nice, simple operation. So we'll definitely do that one as well. And then let's take a look at... That's a demanding one. Uncertain chance of failure, though low chance of complications. And I think the other thing to consider is whether they're stable or good, because the stable ones are probably less likely to make it. So I guess we'll do this 3-hour one. And it's saying he's still good. Oh, he's extremely exhausted.
Yeah, looks like he's resting right now.
Yeah, because he didn't have any patients assigned. I think you have to assign... Okay. We'll assign the rest there, I suppose. Let's just leave it at that for right now.
Lieutenant Colonel Angus McFidley, commanding the 36th. My orders are to set up a temporary line of defense north from here, but I will not be able to do that with our limited forces.
I understand. How can we help, Lieutenant Colonel?
Heal as many of the soldiers from the front line as possible. Having them reinforce our defensive line will help our men significantly.
How many do you need?
As many as you can provide, I'm afraid. Intelligence reports suggest that Germans will launch an attack on our position on the 8th of June, probably around noon.
What about reinforcements from HQ?
There will be none. Not until the 21st of June, at least. HQ is gathering forces and regrouping for a major counter-offensive. Our orders are to survive on our own till that day.
On our own? This is a hospital, not a military camp. How do they expect us to manage that?
We will be given the best intelligence reports they have. We will know about every attack and the estimated size of the attacking force in advance. That's the best HQ could give us.
I understand, Lieutenant Colonel. They're old trench...
Okay, clearly we have to pause this here. I don't really like the way they do this here. They have the story going, and then like this thing keeps popping up, which pauses the game because they really want us to hire a surgeon. But then we also have something going on in the surgery right now, so it feels like you need to prioritize the running of your, the running of your hospital and not the story stuff that's going on. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, but let's go ahead and do this first. So we're missing a medical drip, so we didn't have a choice here, which was to use the medical drip to stabilize the patient. Oh, God. It's just going to keep popping up. or to perform only the standard procedure, which is our only choice. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we need to hire another surgeon. I'm not entirely sure how to do that. They didn't tell us. I'm assuming you do it in staff lodging. So let's go ahead and take a look. Go into staff here. Oh, here we go. It does say press L1 and select hire personnel. Okay, so we actually do that using these buttons. So you have these buttons here. I messed around with this a little bit. This allows you to go into the CCS with the R1, and the L1 you have a bunch of stuff in here. All kinds of things. Some of this you'd normally access by going into the building. Yes, I got it. That thing is really annoying. I wish it didn't pop up so often. Makes the tutorial a little bit annoying. So we want to go into hire personnel. We need to select the surgeon and add one. So we have like choices. Or we just, okay, we just hire one. You get who you get. Got it. And this is going to cost our papers. So I'm glad I didn't spend those. So we can't get anybody else, but you can see that there are physicians, trauma specialists, engineers, medic teams, all the different staff that we can hire. So yeah, we're just hiring a surgeon for right now, and that costs staff points. Okay, so maybe not the papers. I'm not sure where the staff points are. Oh, right down there. We have 4, exactly enough to hire the surgeon. Okay, so a new value's been added. All right, so I think that's everything we had to do. So I guess we can keep listening to this, but let me see, has this been assigned? Oops. The new, no, he's not here yet. Okay, because we're going to want to assign patients to him as soon as he gets here. All right, so let's go ahead and play it.
You can set up. The fence is there. We will try to send enough men to survive enemy attacks.
All right, so HQ is gathering forces and regrouping for a major counteroffensive on the 21st of June. Our orders are to survive German attacks on our own till that day. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what that'll entail. We have to survive till 5 a.m. All right, so there's the 2 shortcut radials that we just looked at. Give us some quick access to a few different things. And we can enter the trenches. Okay, so this is something I didn't know about. So we can actually go look at the trenches. Okay, so we'll have to take a look at that. That's click on the flag icon in the top left corner, top left part of the screen. Okay, so how do I click on that? Do you do it through here? Yep, there it is. So trenches near the hospital are protected by soldiers from the 36th Division. If they are to be defeated, the hospital will be forced to evacuate, causing a game over.
Oh.
Okay, so obviously we don't want to lose in the trenches. So up at the top there is the timeline, which shows all the important information relating to the defense of the trenches. The German attacks are indicated by that icon, and all soldiers assigned to the trenches are shown on the timeline with that icon. So each attack on the trenches requires a certain amount of soldiers to repel it. The current status of the defenses in the trenches is shown on the timeline, so if you can have too few, you can be solid, you can be good, or strong. So strong defenses are strong and should quickly repel the enemy with minimal losses. So basically, the stronger it is, the better you do. We're at solid, where there's just enough soldiers in the trenches to defend against the nearest attack. Okay, so this is where it kind of comes into play, sending them to the trenches sooner. And not like sending them home or whatever. Let's just pause this for a second. Just kind of want to look at this. Can you actually see the soldiers in the trenches, I wonder?
I don't see anybody.
I don't see anybody now. That's just a stump. I thought that was a priest for some reason. Okay. Because, I mean, if you can't see the actual trenches and the battles and stuff, which I assume you would be able to, we'll have to see when the battle starts. But if you don't, then I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of even having this screen would be. So I'm expecting you to be able to see something. It'd be interesting.
When I did the Spartan race, there's a priest out there in full garb playing the bagpipes.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember.
Priests are crazy, man.
Yeah, we still don't have him there yet. Is that him, our new doctor? Okay, got it. They want me to access them again?
You gotta go back?
Yeah, they might make me go back. Probably because I didn't do it the way they wanted me to.
Do we have dudes ready to go back?
I don't know, because I thought you got like a notification about that.
True.
I don't know. I can take a look. Yeah. So we didn't get... They're all waiting for a decision. So we should be sending most of these back, probably.
I'm wondering... Yeah, I wish I knew what the little chevrons meant.
Yeah, like, what does that mean?
Is that how many times they've been wounded?
I'm not entirely sure.
Or maybe their experience.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that it would determine how ready for combat they are, like.
Yeah.
And so, like, this guy is the most capable. Because it gives you the +3 on the papers and the 3%, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I knew what these meant. I kind of feel like the more chevrons it is, the better.
Yeah, and the better the soldier.
Or, like, the better they're going to perform, because they've been wounded.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't just send everybody back. Like, is there any reason not to? Okay, I think I understand it now. Did you notice down at the trenches it has the 2 crossed rifles? Send to the HQ has the papers, and release from duty has that indication there. I think that's what you're getting there. So the crossed rifles is how much points you're going to get for sending them to the trenches. So how good they're going to improve the situation there. So obviously you want somebody who has the best. It's basically how capable this soldier still is after their injury.
I see.
So it's not really so much should I send this guy home or not.
It's where you want to stack
It's
your
where
numbers.
do you want your points? Yeah. Do you want the points in the trenches to improve you there? Or do you want +3 to the papers by sending them to HQ? Or whatever that other thing is. If I had to guess, it's morale because you send them home.
Oh, yeah, probably morale.
But I don't know for sure. So I don't know how you'd make these decisions. Other than like where you want the points. I think the only thing really to determine is by reading the little thing and being kind of biased on it. Like a professional soldier, he served in the army long before the war. This guy clearly should go to the trenches, right? Because he's a professional soldier. That's what he wants to do. So this is the guy who still has the dreams about the soldier that he killed with his bayonet. So he's clearly not doing as well.
You can go to HQ.
Yeah, so you could send him to HQ. But you know what? I'm curious if release from duty will get you... Let's see here. I think we should release him. Because I want to see if that's morale. Because our morale is like stupidly low right now. It's like 49% or something like that, I think. And now we are good with that soldier going back to the trenches, by the way. The street trader and petty pickpocket.
Go back to the line.
See, like you're going to be biased here. Another thing you'd be considering is if they have children, too. He has no children. He's looking for his brother at the front, so he needs to go to the front to find his brother. And then the last one here. He's married with 3 children, and his 3 brothers died at the front.
Yeah.
Maybe you should send him to HQ.
Yeah.
Because he's got the 3 points. So yeah, let's send him to HQ. Alright.
Go write a letter to your wife, please.
We're looking strong on the front now, which is what we want to see.
Sir, patient is cured.
Where's our new doctor?
I'm still waiting.
Do we have to assign him?
Oh, maybe. You would think he would just automatically be assigned, but perhaps not. Let's take a look. Good job. That concludes the production basics. You'll find more details about that. So we got the surgical supplies that we were told to do. Let me just take a look. I don't think so. I feel like they're just automatic because that's not even on here. Let's go through here real quick. Yeah, I feel like he's just not here yet. I'm just being impatient, I guess. And we got all these patients here that need to be treated. Oh, we're also going at slow speeds. We can speed this up a little bit. But yeah, I feel like maybe we should use our papers to get some more supplies or something. We could also have the engineer go into the pharmacy. We can't even build the... I'm just curious, can you build like the trauma medicine or the chemical medicine yet?
Sir, we lost this patient.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
Who'd we lose? What happened? Can we like look at that? We cannot. So he'll be buried. I'm guessing he was in the casualty clearing station or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of people waiting.
Yeah, while that physician is resting. How much longer does he have? Let's just take a look. 10 hours. So basically we have to get that other surgeon here. Maybe it's in here. No? Yeah, I just don't think he's there yet. Yeah, he must not be there.
Okay.
I feel so tired.
Everybody's tired.
Everybody's tired, man. Morale did go up to 51%, so that was... Yeah, you can see the icon there. That is morale.
Okay.
So sending them home increases morale. What effect does morale have? Not entirely sure. I'd assume it'd make your workers better. Or maybe be able to go longer before they collapse or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not entirely sure. I don't know if there's... Yeah, like a compendium here. This might be able to teach you certain things.
Well, it shows you the different kinds of wounds.
Where'd you see that? Oh, right here. Okay. So yeah, you might want to go through this. Just learn what everything does.
At least take a look at the icons.
Yeah. Permits that allow for hiring new personnel at the hospital. So yeah, we saw that icon there, which we don't have any of those right now. And yeah, you use the alcohol to produce those advanced medicine supplies. Here it shows you what the freight does.
Known as cocktails.
A base resource that is used for the production of other resources and during construction. Okay, so we're using that freight to construct those surgical supplies for now. I see. Then you have your different structures, units, so we can get dogs.
I want a dog.
They help with tracking, pathfinding, and significantly decrease the traverse times.
And they increase morale.
They said that?
They should.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, they should.
Who doesn't like petting dogs? I mean, I guess some people are scared of them, but you just haven't pet the right dog yet.
I wanted to see what the morale does here. So the morale of the hospital staff and the patients is shown on the bottom bar. It impacts staff efficiency. Okay, so what I expected. If it falls to 0, then the staff will refuse to work under your command and you get a game over. Low morale will cause the staff to tire faster and work slower. Yeah, the high morale did exactly what I thought it would do. Cause them to tire slower and work faster. Alright, so what you'd expect it to do, basically. Personnel can be assigned to shifts that work between hours given... Okay, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen that about the shifts yet. Reappearing wounds. If the wound does not heal properly, the soldier has a high chance of returning to the hospital with a wound after some time. So there's a lot of stuff here, guys. I'm wondering if it's like a doctor shift situation. Maybe that's why we don't have more than the one guy. I'm not entirely sure. So now we finally have hired them. So now that the surgeon has arrived, HQ granted you staff points to hire any units you like. Doctors perform operations on patients. Nurses are needed for rehabilitation, and they provide bonuses in the other buildings. Medics carry the wounded between buildings as well as take care of the dead patients, and engineers produce resources and construct improvements. So this concludes the hiring basics. Okay, so let's go ahead and just pause it for a sec, because we are going to determine who all we want to hire. We have 6 points. 6 points, Jinx.
Well, we need another nurse.
Having another nurse would be helpful, so we could put a nurse in each building. We're not even using another engineer right now. But I feel like another doctor would be super useful too.
Yeah.
That's right, we do the hiring through here. Let's kind of look at use military drafts to request additional resources. Okay. There's a lot of stuff they haven't taught us yet. I don't know if it's just going to be kind of a crappy tutorial that doesn't teach you anything. Like some, strategy games have issues with that.
Just like, you'll figure it out.
So hiring another doctor would cost 5 points. We can't even do it anyway because we're at the cap. So that's not an option. We don't have the ability to get physicians or trauma specialists because we don't have the required building. We can get engineers and we can get more medic teams, more nurses, one more nurse anyways. And whatever's down below there, I can't get there, so I don't even know who that would be. So well, clearly we should get another nurse. I don't feel like we need another medic team right now.
Yeah.
I think we're doing okay there. And I don't know that we need another engineer at this moment either, because we're not even using all of our engineers. Do we need any other supplies? We haven't even been using these yet. Doing good on food rations. Yeah, I think we're good here. And then this is the schedule.
Did you purchase her?
No, I was just looking at it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the nurse. You said purchase her?
Did you sign her contract?
We'll get the nurse.
Give her some money.
And again, we might have to wait a while for her to get over here. And we do have the doctor here, at least it said we did. Here we go, he's well rested. So we should assign some of these patients to him. So, again, I kind of feel like we should do the ones that aren't going to be too exhausting. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, you know what? This guy's good, so we're going to put him on there so he can wait, I feel. Let's assign...
Hold out.
We'll move that guy. We're going to get these stable guys taken care of because they're not good. And then... So he'll be extremely exhausted there, so we'll want to give him a rest at that point. Before we give him anybody else. And so what we'll do is have... something like that, and then set the rest here. If I can get over to it. Here we go. Right there. Okay, so that looks pretty solid. Everybody's been assigned. I didn't deny anybody. And so hopefully...
We're gonna save everyone.
Hopefully we can get everybody saved, yeah. Doing good on the front up there as well. We're strong. We sent enough people to the front. And it does look like we're not done with the tutorial yet. They have more to teach us, which is good because we don't know crap. We should work on improving the healing process. We'll be able to help more wounded that way. They want us to build an X-ray improvement. Okay, so building improvements, another way to make it easier to run the hospital and deal with the increasing amounts of wounded. Alright, so now we need to build the X-ray to significantly lower the chances of dying during operation for surgical patients. So it seems that we have 4 different, I guess you'd call it tech trees. This is the production one, so you can get stew brewing pots. You can make some stew, Jinx.
I love stew.
I love stew too. Watermills. Okay, so that unlocks production. And this thing is so annoying, guys. Because it messes you up where you're at. A distillery, so you can get some alcohol. That's what we need, Jinx. I feel like
medical purposes.
We don't need the X-rays. Distillery, Jinx. That's what we're getting.
I agree. You need the disinfectant.
A truck garage provides a truck that can be sent to depots in the scout map. So this is all stuff that we haven't unlocked just yet or don't need to do. And then additional warehouses, so you get more space. And then you got the scouting one. You've got the housing one. So this is how you increase the maximum number of like nurses and medic teams you can get.
By building rooms for them.
This decreases rest time needed for units by 10%, so that's pretty helpful. So yeah, this is really helpful to have. And then the healing. And that's where we'll find the X-rays right there. So we'll look at that in a minute. There's that medical drip that we got the event about. Hypnosis. Okay. So all kinds of different stuff here. There's the shift system that we haven't unlocked yet, I think. That's the reason why we don't have access to that. But let's get the X-ray. And it looks like it takes 5 hours, 3 papers, so you gotta use papers for this. And also you gotta use your freight here, 100 freight to get the X-ray. So something to consider. Oh, and it does require you to assign engineers there as well.
Is that just to build it, or?
Yeah, So we're gonna get him constructing the X-ray. So does it like build in a new place? Like they gotta move him to the X-rays? Or is he gonna build it inside the operating ward? I guess we'll see where the hell he goes. Because it makes sense he'd go inside the operating ward, which is exactly what he did. Oh, so it looks better.
Nice.
So they have the operating ward in the church. And we did get an event here. So, did you want to read what Aaron has to say, our new doctor?
Sir, it seems the infection was not serious and we have high hopes for the patient's recovery. Unfortunately, his body shows signs of dehydration and emaciation. I would like to recommend prolonging his recovery.
Okay, so this is the doctor card. We haven't looked at him. He's divorced with one child. Has already given up the medical profession, but returned to it when the war broke out. Okay, so he retired. Then came back to help in the war effort. So we can schedule only the normal recovery, or schedule a longer recovery, which would increase morale. But obviously, rehabilitation would be longer. I feel like we should listen to our doctor on this one, right?
Yep. Let him do his job.
Yeah, I mean, he's dehydrated, so let's
and
do the longer.
Starving. Do we get to decide how many rations everyone gets?
I don't know.
Because there was a thing on the wheel about ration.
Let me take a look here.
Top left.
Choose rations. Change the type of ration issued.
Like the stew and all that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you can also do half rations if you're running low on food. Next meal time, 2 hours, 36 minutes. And you can see how, like, sated they are. Nobody's hungry. Nobody's starving. We have 32 people to feed, because I guess we got a bunch of civilians here, too, we got to feed.
It just makes me think of Frostpunk.
Mm-hmm, yeah, a little bit.
How cold it's going to be this weekend from the Arctic blast.
So I think we can do higher rations or something. Or maybe that's the stew or whatever, I'm not sure. It's just locked right now. But as of right now, we can only do half rations things. Okay, so unfortunately, we are going to have to end today's episode here, guys. I feel like we made some good progress. You know, we should probably pause this because you know something's going to come up.
A big event.
Yeah, something will happen. And yeah, we learned some stuff. We're going through this tutorial. I did think about just doing the tutorial off screen and then just starting, you know, after the tutorial's completed. But once I started doing it, I realized that I feel like this is one of those tutorials that we should have on camera. So you guys aren't completely lost, because it's kind of a complicated game. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I felt like this is one of those games, rather than me trying to explain everything, that'd be better if we just went through the full tutorial. And the tutorial is also kind of a slow process, as you guys can see here, because we're still doing it, and we'll be doing it in episode 2. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this first video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. If you're looking for anything to watch while you wait for episode 2, check out the front page of our channel. Got thousands of videos all sorted by genre. We do play a lot of strategy games, both on console and on PC. So those PC ones I do by myself. Jinx joins me on the console series. And we never played a game quite like this, but we have played a lot of strategy games. Some, you know, last year we did. They were pretty good. Had a lot of fun with those. So maybe check out that if you do enjoy strategy. If you enjoy other genres, we do play a wide variety of games. So again, you should be able to find something that you'd enjoy watching. And if you're looking for any links, check out the description of any of our videos. You'll find links to our PayPal, Patreon, and Teespring store if you'd like to help support our channel. You can also become a member here on YouTube. You'll find links to all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. If you'd like to follow us on there. And you'll also find a link to our Discord if you'd like to join our community. So do hope to see you guys on the next episode. And thanks for watching.